Conrad, really a pleasure to hear your talk. Thank you so much for being here. How would you define a sustainable brand?
So that's an excellent question, because it's interesting that the topic of discussion is certainly sustainability, but it's also innovation. And I think sustainable brands are going to be ones that set themselves up for sort of long-term success. And so because that's intrinsically linked to, I guess, the success of our planet, companies that end up doing good will do well. And so there's definitely a link between the two.
Excellent. Now, making the transition into a new economy that is sustainable, long-term focused isn't easy. It's filled with obstacles. What are some of the biggest challenges that you see brands facing in that process?
I would say it's, there are people who are much more expert in the realms of sustainability than I am, but I suspect they encounter very similar things to what people encounter in the innovation space, which is silos prevent good things from happening, and they trap value in parts of the company, and it stays locked and never comes out. It also, is sequestered, and so there are chief innovation officers and there are innovation groups and R&D departments, and that's really where a lot of things come from an innovation perspective. But more and more people throughout the organization need to think like innovators. So I suspect in the sustainability front, having just a sustainability department or just people who are dedicated to that needs to become a shared ambition, and not just locked again in a particular silo.
So in your talk, you talked about story doers. How does that connect to companies that are getting this story beyond the marketing department and actually engaging larger parts of the business? What does that actually look like?
So, story doing is, it's an important transition that brands need to make. Creating value through action, not through exposition or through communication, is sort of how modern brands are built today. But it does require incredible collaboration. And so I think maybe there's a theme here emerging. And so once you're ready to become, a story-doing company, it means you have to empower your people in a whole new way, and really make them an important part of bringing your story to life and empowering them to take action against it. But it's really important that they have a quest around which to take action, because without a quest, you're left rudderless. And so you can have lots of great ideas, but how do you know if they're the right ideas for you? And that's really what the core of the talk was about, was helping you find your right space for innovation.
So I asked you this just before, and I'll ask it again. What is, as a young but vibrant company, your quest at the Co-Collective?
So our quest is ultimately to help the bold truly do. And for us, that just simply means helping bold clients and bold employees, helping us all accelerate the transition from storytelling to story doing, to create more story doing companies in the world, and to help those companies do their story, because we believe that if more companies were actually behaving this way, the world would be a better place. And so ultimately, perhaps that links it all the way back to sustainability. More story doers will probably mean a better planet, I suspect.
Cheers to story doing. Thank you very much, Conrad.
Thank you.